Step 1, wake up, really gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo, set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 So life ain't easy, yo, I think there's a reason though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, though. I always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison, they rot. Head full of flaws, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken, I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up, really gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
I'ma say this right here, baby, because some of y'all be acting like y'all don't be seeing it. But, baby, playing victim in a situation that you created, oh, yeah, baby, that's narcissistic as hell to me. Hello, somebody. How you gonna create the storm, then get mad when it rain? How you hurt somebody and then get mad that they hurt? How you damage somebody, go outside your way to destroy a person and then get mad when they no longer want to deal with you? Baby, playing a victim in a situation that you created, oh, baby, that's narcissistic as hell to me. I'm sorry, but it is.
Do you know how many people say things like, they make me so angry? What do I hear? I have given my power and my emotional state over to someone else. They make me so angry? That would imply you don't have a choice in the matter. When you emotionally mature, you choose how to move your energy, which does not mean you're not without emotion, and it does not mean that you do not experience different kinds of emotion. What it means is you take responsibility and control for how that gets expressed and what you do with it.
Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club.
As you wake up in the morning, you want to find the latest, greatest information about criminal cases and have an intuitive conversation about the suspects associated with these cases. Head over to the Bullhorn Betty channel on YouTube. Get breaking news right here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club. Enjoy your stay and enjoy your day.
I hope you guys are having a wonderful weekend. I know today is kind of the last day. Sunday, fun day. Sunday, fun day. So we're not really going to talk. I mean, we're going to talk about some cases, but we're not going to be doing any presentation or education or anything like that. It's going to be more satire in nature, like Dum Dum, Carly Russell. Holy moly. That case is the case that keeps on giving. I mean, you know, it went from a serious case to a joke, and you know, everybody's safe, and now we can just point the finger and laugh. Now, is that right or wrong? It doesn't really matter. It's happening, right? It's happening. So it's just like I think everybody is just frustrated. I think frustrated in the lack of caring. It really shows who she is as a person, and then, you know, why she's the way she is by the coddling of her parents, which is still going on as we speak. Let me tell you. Well, I'll get into the saying good morning to everybody. So good morning, Jennifer. Happy Sunday. Colleen. Oh, by the way, that reminds me, I probably need to pour. When I bring the other cup, I'll be drinking out of the mug. I'll be drinking out of the mug. So if you guys haven't seen, I'm sorry, probably not the best mug to be drinking out of on a Sunday. Well, I probably can't. I probably won't drink out of this glass today. We'll probably wait for a Monday morning coffee club. I don't want to be struck by lightning today. Hello, Colleen. It's nice to see you, Misty. Skittles True Crime. I love it. I love it, Love Bug. I hope you're doing great. Jody, it's nice to see you. Rhonda, Dumplin, as Dumplin's trying to go to sleep. Should I be a little extra loud? You know what? I need to get like, what are those symbols? Like the things that you go. That's what we need to do to Dumplin whenever she's over here, to take a wake her butt up. I'm just joking. Southern Grammy Wolf, it's nice to see you. Just an old lady. Cool gamer. Oh, lady. Oh, nice to see you. Allie, good morning, Love Bug. Emma M, always great to see you here. Who else do we have in the house? Karen Davis, you were up early. Well, that's right. I keep forgetting you're across the pond. So every time I see you when I wake up, I'm thinking, man, she's up late. How does she do this? But I keep forgetting. I need to remember the time difference. Denise, it's nice to see you. Who else do we have? Lady 7 Up. Hello. Susan Jones. We are all doing great this Sunday. Michael Blade, it's nice to have you. Candy Apple. Kathy, FSU. I almost wore my shirt, my Florida State University shirt today. And I haven't worn it in so long. And you know how, like, when you wash clothes and you put them away, you know how, like, the shirts or whatever that have been there. I mean, I don't think I've worn it for like a year, maybe a year and a half. And it gets that wood smell, like because I have solid wood drawers. So it gets the wood smell in the clothes when they sit in the drawer too long. And so I pulled it out and I'm like, why does it smell like wood? And so it's in the laundry. I ended up putting, it's kind of funny because I have Florida State colors on as we speak right now. But I love Florida State. I have been a Florida State. Bobby Bowden was my most favorite coach in the whole world. God rest his soul. But you know, when I was really into football, Florida State used to kick some ass, right? Excuse my language. They did. Kick butt. That's what I meant to say. Kick butt. Sweetie Pie, Candy Apple, Mel C, it's nice to see you. Susan. Who else do we have? I'm going to go ahead and scan down to the bottom, make sure I'm not missing anybody. So everybody else that's coming in, good morning. Don't forget to go out there and give me a thumbs up. We're not really going to be covering a case today. We're just going to be chatting because this whole case with Carly Russell really did just kind of take on a life of its own. When we came out about this case, it was, you know, a woman, and it's like, you know, all these pieces of the puzzles just weren't fitting in. Like, we're like, what baby, you know? And then it's like, I thought it was like on a desolate piece of road, one of those interstates that only have 2 lanes, one way this way and one way this way. I wasn't anticipating seeing this huge, huge interstate. And then it's like, okay, go Knowles. Oh boy. And the worst part about it is I was this major, like back in the 90s, I was like this in early 2000s. I was major diehard Florida State fan. Well, my uncle, he was 20 years military, Navy. Actually, he was on boats for like 20 years, right? And he retired and decided to go to college for higher education. He had a full ride, obviously being in the military for so long, and he went to the University of Florida. So you can imagine, you can imagine every year for his birthday having to pick up a Florida State, not a Florida State, but a University of Florida souvenir for him. It was like I almost wanted to crush it and act like it broke before I gave it to him for. Oh boy. I should stop. I love all football teams now. I'm not like, but I have to tell you, there was only a few of them I liked. But when I liked them. And I actually was with the Bucks back when they were a horrible team, back when they were orange and black and, had a true Buccaneer emblem as a Buccaneer. Oh boy, I wonder how much that stuff's worth. Anyways, I digress. But it is coffee and chat, so whatever. So when we heard this whole thing about, about her and this kid, we naturally thought, because law enforcement is telling us she called this kid in on the side of the road. I don't think any of us, I think we were just so shocked by what happened. I know me personally didn't even think that this was a lie. I didn't even, it wasn't even conceivable to me that this was a lie, that this child on the side of this road, I didn't even look at it. Like when we were discussing what that child could mean, there was not one thing that I recall ever saying, this could be just, a lie. Because at the time it was shocking. A woman stopped to help a kid. Why would that kid be on the side of the road anyways at that time of night? But it was really the, everything that was tied in after the press conference. But there was a lot of stuff that I saw in her social media that's now coming to light in posts and other things that people are finding that she posted that I saw. And because it's always stated, this is the reason why we don't really pass this stuff around. We look at it, we know where we got it. We don't pass it around because one of two things can happen. Somebody will get a hold of it and modify it. They know how to work, like Photoshop and things like that, a lot better than me. I've got Photoshop on my old computer, but outside of me making thumbnails, through the Summer Wells case, I haven't used Photoshop ever, just for thumbnails. That's really all I had ever used. I don't even know how to really use it. I just know how to layer on there. I know that it can do so much more, but I personally don't know how to do it. I've never been trained like that. Everything I learn, I have to learn from like YouTube, and I have to learn it quickly. So I only search for what I need to do when I need to do it. And again, I still haven't even used the Photoshop project or Photoshop stuff because I'm on a MacBook Pro, and it won't convert over to my MacBook Pro, and I have to buy all different type programs over for the MacBook Pro. But one of the reasons why I don't pass them around is because they're either going to be modified or they're going to be told that they were modified. So no matter how you go when a case is going like this and moving at the fast pace that it's moving, it's hard to, clip and show those. And even when I throw them out on TikTok, you can see some of the comments talking about how it's not true, how it was, we don't know where it came from. So it's like, but I see them. So it doesn't really matter whether the rest of the world sees them or not. I'm doing the work. I'm doing the legwork, the investigation behind the scenes, the fact finding, everything I can about these cases. And I'm able to see those. And I'm able to see that, multiple times she's threatened to run away. And that's what she says in her own post. And you got to go way, 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 way back to find them. And then you've got her ex-boyfriend from several years ago coming out on social media saying, I was broke. She wanted $50 from me. I couldn't give her. Did you guys see that? Do I have that on here? I think I downloaded it actually, or downloaded a section of it. Hold on a second. Maybe that's what I'll share with you guys. Hold on. Let me download it real quick. If I've got it. I'm pretty sure I do because I'm almost positive I recorded it. Maybe I didn't. Hooty hum. Where is my trash? That's what I need. I need to find out where my trash is. You may not have. Here we go. It recently deleted. There we go. Could have sworn I recorded them because I was going to do a video on them. Maybe I didn't. But anyways, or maybe I did. Let me look at TikTok real quick. Hold on a second. I think I do have it in drafts. I did use it. Here's it. Yeah. And she went missing for 4 weeks. Yeah. So that was Carly Russell's ex-boyfriend. Save his death. Okay. So that was him. And so I found the whole, I recorded the whole thing. I just need to find it. But it was on my phone because it's on TikTok and I don't upload through TikTok unless it's from my phone. And so I have to think that it's on, I must have deleted the clip. I just need to find it. But he goes on, he says that he dated her several years ago. Hey, JJ, I saw Robin in the chat. Good morning. Gentry, good morning. May, it's nice to see you. So what was I going to say? So he was going on and saying that, everybody's acting like they didn't know she was capable of this. And he says he wasn't surprised. He wasn't surprised at all. And he further said that, this happened to him. Hey, Ruby, nice to see you. Allie, D-Nice, nice to see you. He talked about this one situation where they had only been dating 3 months, something like that. And she came to him and wanted $50. Well, he was, he said, he'll be honest. I just didn't have the money. And he's like, and not only that, but he was being honest as well and said, even if I did, we had only been married or been seeing each other for 3 months. Like, I don't know her like that, basically is what he said. And he said that she just disappeared and she was gone for like 3 months or no, 30 days or something. And then he says he just wakes up one day to the knock at her door and she's just like, hey. And he's like, hey. She's like, acting like nothing's wrong. And he's like, do you even know me anymore? Like, I haven't seen you. Like, we saw each other for 3 months. I haven't seen you for a month. And, what you doing here? Like, I ain't got time for you. So it was just a little bit, weird, I guess is the best thing to express. Hey, Julie, nice to see you. Nice to see you. Aw, thank you, love bug. Thank you. God bless you. And so we all know Jonathan's out there, and it's been very interesting. Some of the views that he always takes us for the tour, right? He always takes us for the tour. But it's been very interesting. But here's the thing that I've learned following this case, and some of the things that I've learned just doing background information on this case. And I feel bad for her parents, but I don't. And I know before anybody is outraged about why I say that, I feel bad for what she has put them through. This whole thing, I can't imagine as a parent how terrified they must have been. Okay? That was not cool. I don't even want to put myself in their shoes in how agonizing those 49 hours were. It had to have been excruciating. It had to have been next level emotional stuff. Okay. So I don't want to take that away from them. I feel bad for that aspect of this. What I don't feel bad about is they know their daughter better than anybody else. They failed to tell the police or the public that has done this in the past or has threatened to do this in the past. And we know that she has. We know whenever she doesn't get her way, if she doesn't get what she wants, if she doesn't get what she wants to buy, she threatens her parents that she's going to run away. It's happened in the past. And I can't remember the one. I want to say it was something over like maybe a puppy. If she wasn't going to get her puppy this year for her birthday, she's running away from home. Yeah, I'm doing great. Why wouldn't I be? I'm always great. Always great. So I'm sitting here thinking, and that was in 2019. So her behavior, this type of spoiled brat, if I don't get my way, I'm going to make you feel pain behavior happened long before 2019. Long before. Her parents have instead of arguing with her and parenting her, in my opinion, now I'm not inside their life. I don't know them as human beings, but I can see her mother after the fact, after all of this, and see where this behavior comes from. I can see it. I can understand it. And I identify those behaviors as being contributed to parents spoiling their kids and not allowing their children to be held accountable for their behavior. They are always bailing their daughter out of problems. And this is no different. So while I feel for the parents, we would have caught on a lot sooner if they had been honest, not only to the public, but also to law enforcement, because they've known for years and years and years of this type of behavior from their child. This would have been something I've talked to educators. This would have been something, a behavioral issue that would have most likely been brought up to the parents years before. So these behaviors didn't just happen and this is where we're at. This has been brewing for some time, you see. And that's where I kind of don't feel bad for her parents. And even after the fact, after all of this, they still haven't returned the money at the end of the day, we realized it wasn't collected under false pretenses, but it was collected under false pretenses, and normal people would return something that was given to them. Now, granted, like they said, they didn't ask for it. It was just given. Well, yeah. But if you're going to be that scummy to keep it after now knowing about your daughter's behavior, I think that's pretty crappy, to be honest with you. And I would, again, say look at the parents and see why we're in the situation that we're in. The money was returned. Great. Good. That's good. Well, then they are not grummy people. But if they would have kept it, yeah. No, JJ. No. I am not talking about the Crime Stoppers money at all. I'm talking about the thousands of dollars her community raised for that family and sent to them through Venmo, PayPal, CashApp, gift cards, and physical cash that was given to them. Never mind the community that was also cooking their dinners through this. Now, granted, that's what communities do. But when you know that this was all fraudulent and that your daughter concocted this, you should have returned every penny that you collected from those Venmo, Cash Apps, PayPals, gift cards, and cash, in my opinion. I'm sorry. I am very strong on this very thing. Now, granted, the parents didn't do this. Their daughter did. But you know what? You want to take financial responsibility for your daughter. You want to put a roof over her head. You want to allow her to be able to act like this. You want to make sure she's not accountable. You pay that money back. You pay that money back. That's the right thing to do. That is the right thing to do. And we talk about right and wrong all the time on this channel. And sometimes it's hard. And you know what? It may cause them financial problems, but guess what? The community didn't do this. And some of those people, that was their hard-earned money that they willingly give to you because you were in a worse situation than them. And it was all a lie. And whether the parents want to acknowledge it or believe it, that's not my problem. That's not my problem. Again, if they would have held their daughter accountable, if this would have happened to me, let me tell you about Mama Bullhorn. Mama Bullhorn would get me the best attorney, but she would not. She may lighten the blow. She might go out there and said, yes, I understand my daughter did wrong. And, she's having a heavy burden from this. But if you think my mama's going to go out there and flat out lie for me, you got another thing coming. My parents are those parents that grab you up and make you take your piggy bank to a convenience store and give it to them along with the pack of cigarettes you stole and told them, if you want to call law enforcement, go right ahead. Those are the parents that I was raised with. That's how I was raised. That's how I was taught to parent. I'm not taught to freaking coddle kids and not hold them accountable for their behavior. How are they going to learn? Let me tell you something. That was a great life lesson for me. Something that I have never done again. Like when you accidentally take a pin home, I have PTSD. That pin goes back to work. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to make sure there is no possibility of anybody can possibly say that I took something. Not even a paper clip, not a binder clip. It goes back to work. If it accidentally makes it to my house, it goes back to work, right? We don't coddle our kids. Our kids do wrong. You know what shows, in my opinion, what shows great parenting is somebody that doesn't give their kids excuses. That's when I feel like, you have nothing. You've got no shame. I raised my child right. They chose the wrong path. I love them. I'm going to make sure that they're protected the best I can. But at the end of the day, even if they didn't want to come out and discredit their daughter or publicly also shame their daughter, they could have done one or two things. Not came out or just provided the written statement from their attorney and had it read online without their faces on it. They chose to go out there and further assist their daughter in this cover up. And I'm sorry, you know your daughter better than anybody here on social media. I'm learning about your daughter. And let me tell you, you guys should have been whipping that girl's butt a long time ago. Just my opinion. Just my opinion. This is also a lesson for parents. Listen, I understand that parents, especially if you've had a life where you had to work so hard for everything, nothing was given to you. Think of how much you appreciate that. You diminish that in your child's life every time you give them something they didn't earn. When they're freely given stuff, they have no appreciation of its value. So I just want parents, especially the ones that have financial success. It's, in life, you want your children to have the best of everything. But don't you also want them to appreciate the best of everything, to appreciate your sacrifice as a parent, to make that, to give them all these things that you didn't have as a kid? Don't you want them to appreciate that, earn it like you did? There's nothing frustrating than a parent, being begged, especially, ones that came from nothing and made something from themselves. What are you instilling in your children to do the same thing? If you're freely giving them the stuff that they don't have to work for and appreciate like you did. I had to go out and pull weeds. I dig dishes for $5 a day. We can throw child labor slave in there too, right? I was suspended from school one time, and it was for having a beeper. We were not allowed to have. Good God, it was like a freaking bomb out of the school, right? So I was suspended for 3 days one time. And do you think I got to sit in my house and play video games or watch TV? That the F I did. Heck to the no. I could not come in. The whole time I was supposed to be in school, I was out in that yard. I was out in that yard pulling weeds for 3 solid days. And they have briar. I don't know if you know it's a fern, like it's a fern with thorns on it. And the reason why the weeds grow up in it is because nobody wants to pick the weeds because it has thorns in it. Well, guess what? I got suspended from school. I had to pick that weeds. I was scratched up from the legs to the arms and some in the face. I guarantee I never got suspended from school again. Right? Lordy, Lordy, Lordy. Let's get on to the language of letting go. We haven't heard this in a couple of days because I didn't go live yesterday. I was going to go live, but I was so busy. And I couldn't find the time to go live. I was working. I did several videos on TikTok. And boy, the stalkers over here, just about, you can always tell which one it is. It's like, how childish can you be? Oh my God, did you see this? Do you think if he cared? Seriously. And of all people, idiots. July 23rd, fill up your life. So we've already heard about stop saying never, right? We already said don't build the walls around your heart. We learned that we needed to, feel some pain. We missed depriving yourself, but we're going to go ahead now we're going to fill ourselves up. Now we stopped saying never. We broke down those walls. We're feeling the pain. Now it's time to fill up our life, right? Break it down and build it up. Oh, let me get the glasses on that don't work. They work better than my eyes, just not good enough. Get them back on. Hold on a second. I got to be able to read. I merely took the energy it takes to pout and wrote some blues. Duke Ellington. One of the good things about the blues is their power to make me feel better. No matter how bad it gets in my little world, I can be pretty sure that B.B. King, John Lee Hooker, Stevie Ray Vaughan has worse. Sometimes it feels good to vocalize all those bad feelings. Bad things happen in life. Sometimes they're small annoyances. Sometimes they're major grief mongers. What matters is not what happens to us, but how we react to it. He left you. That is a fact. Now, after you get done with the squat of Briars, Rocky Road, or the quart of Briars, Rocky Road ice cream that you're drowning your sorrows in, what are you going to do about it? You can sit around and complain to your friends about how unfair life is, or you can get up, put the empty bowl in the dishwasher, and go fill up your life. Feelings are one of the blessings of being human, all of them. Sometimes we feel good, sometimes we feel bad. Take some time. Take some energy to be upset. Be aware of the feelings of being upset, but then get up, go out, and make positive use of your life. God, help me put the positive use all of the feelings back in my life. So there you go, guys. That is what it's saying. It's saying now you ridded your junk out, deal with it, pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and go back out there. And many of us need to hear that because we think our life is so horrible. Well, I can tell you, there's somebody out there that's worse off, no matter what your situation is. Like we live in America. Even if you're living in a cardboard box on the side of the road, you're living better than somebody else. It's hard to believe that, but it is true. It is true. No Big Macs for Sonia. We'll give her quarter pounders. Mike is paid with Big Macs. We can't start using Mike's, bartering chip for other people now. Mike's claimed the Big Macs up in the house. Now, son, you can't steal Mike's Big Macs, okay? There's no thievery in the chat. I called carpet cleaner and told my son happy birthday, then got my phone bill. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. That's funny. I don't know what I just walked into, but that's funny. So now that we've got Carly, you know, and her parents, I'm going to move on to the boyfriend. Like, I truly believe whatever story she told her family and her boyfriend, they believed her at first for whatever reason, however she was acting. You know, they didn't know any better. I truly believe that they believed her. You know, who wouldn't? Who wouldn't? What I mean, it was right before she wound up at home that I started seeing some really, like I said, some of the tweets and other social media posts that started saying, wait, there's something more here. This kid doesn't make sense. This doesn't make sense. I'm seeing these posts, you know, now everything that didn't make sense to me before is starting to be, I'm skeptically looking at it as opposed to believing it. And I'm starting to realize that this is not really making sense. And then I do a post, and I was kind of on the edge whether I should post it or not on TikTok because I didn't know, you know, I kind of started believing that this was all fake. And so I started putting out those hints. And I woke up the next morning and she had come home that night, like a few hours after I made that post. And I'm like, well, how did she get home? They're like, well, she just walked up to the house. And I'm like, that's it for me. Nope. Because I know a kidnapper ain't dropping you off a doorstep, first and foremost. And if you were anywhere else and got away, why are you not screaming down that road and begging somebody for help, begging somebody to call your mom, begging somebody to call law enforcement? You just show up at your house. Nope. Anything out of her mouth at that point fell on deaf ears. And the only reason why I know this is because I did have experiences, and there ain't no damn way I was walking home. Ain't no damn way. No. And that made me angry. It was then that was it. And so I got frustrated, and I made some videos and, you know, kind of said my piece. I was fighting with everybody over there. You know, I'm the biggest racist, whatever, because I'm a white woman talking. Yeah, I'm so sick of hearing that argument. If you want me to treat everybody equally, I treat everybody equally. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I don't really give a damn about where you came from. I don't care what God you believe in. If I'm covering you, I'm covering you, and I'm going to cover you the exact same way I cover from one person to another. I promise you that. And so I'm just like, how does that have anything to do with the fact that this was a freaking hoax? How does me being a white lady have anything to do with this being a hoax? The only thing you're mad about is I was the one that came out, and how dare I come out and say such a bold statement for a woman. You know, it's all garbage. And I saw that a lot of people were pushing back on that because there was a lot of people where this race card started being brought up. When you couldn't argue on the facts of the case, you had to go to the insults. And most of those insults were and it came mostly, I have to be honest with you, from white people calling other white people racist. And I have a problem with that. And there's been a lot of people speaking out about that very thing. And it's really, and I think what the problem is, and the way it was explained to me, is it's starting to drown out when somebody really needs to bring attention to that. Just like, you know, SA, just like kidnapping, just like other things. If you start crying wolf too much, when you start really needing the help, then it's not going to be there. It falls on deaf ears because people are so used to hearing it when it's not really happening, that when it really is happening, nobody's going to pay attention, and they're going to bunch it in with, you know, all the garbage, you know, BS. You know, it's like the boy that cried wolf. So, you know what? I still will be me, and I still will be unjudgmental from people, right? I'll judge you based on your actions and character. Okay. I promise you. And I felt bad for her parents, and even after her parents, because I was giving them an excuse, you know, like what parents wouldn't try to stop the blow. You know, I can see this. People that are in the law knows that she broke the law, knows that the elements of her crimes do exist in those, you know, at least 3 crimes that have been well talked about on social media. I'm not going to reiterate those 3 items. You know, there's just no point. We all know that she broke the law. It's just a matter of how law enforcement is going to deal with it. And I think because the federal government was involved as well as the state, those are the 2 reasons why I know that she's going to be arrested. It's just a matter of time when they have their whole entire file ready to present to the state attorney as to what charges. But I think they're going to at least get her on 3 charges, honestly. So there might be other charges that we just don't know about because of because we still don't know the whole case. She may have lied. She may have stolen from somebody else. I mean, we know she had $107 in her sock. Where did that money come from? And how much money did she have when she went on the run? So there's still a lot of stuff that needs to be looked into. But this idea that I believe law enforcement has no idea where she was, no. When I heard FBI, Secret Service, and the U.S. Marshals, I'm sorry, they knew exactly where she was and exactly what she was doing. No matter how we want to deny it, Big Brother is watching, and those 3 organizations alone, singularly, would be terrifying. But to have all 3 coming together, yeah, you're talking about, they know exactly where she was. They know. I guarantee if she was with somebody, they have already been interviewed, because I think we can all at least, in my mind, consider that she wasn't alone, that somebody knew where she was. And while they couldn't get, I don't know how they could get in trouble lawfully if they didn't lie to law enforcement. They didn't, you're not required to call in a crime. So I don't know if the person that's been with her, if there was somebody with her. It does sound like there was somebody with her, though. Doesn't sound like they could be caught up in a crime, in any of her crimes that she did, unless they willfully lied to law enforcement. Then they can get, then they can get a slew of their own crimes, from obstruction to accessory after the fact to a bunch of stuff. So hopefully, if anybody was with her, heed my warning. Just be honest to law enforcement, because anything that you've done is not really a crime unless you intentionally, helpful, willfully, with afterthought did these things in an effort to help her. Then yeah, you have some culpability, potentially. But work it out with law enforcement. I'm sure they don't want you, right? I'm sure they don't want you. But don't lie to law enforcement, and definitely do not lie to the federal government. It's a felony. You may not even have committed a crime, and you say one lie to the FBI, and you're going to jail for a felony. It's just like that. I had enough of POC cases to get attention, and she pulls this Yes, and that's another thing that has upset a lot of people, is that they're saying that this is never, and it breaks my heart that that's how people feel. And when you look at it, they do have reality behind that, and it breaks my heart that they were so happy that we ran with a person of color's story, and I that breaks my heart. Like, we're in 2023. And it breaks my heart. It does. So, if you guys do have a case or two, we can definitely cover them here. I usually cover cases that grab my attention, and people are like, well, you only cover cases that are, we have to have our audience would like to know about breaking cases, these ones that are huge cases. I'm sorry, but for a lot of people, if our audience has the appetite for anything, we can advocate for anything, but it's also providing a service to the audience, right? So it has to be cases that they're wanting to see and watch. So we have to balance that. So that's why I put a lot of these smaller cases kind of in the front of my my show, so we can at least advocate for them, especially cases that aren't getting enough attention, that really needs attention. But even my audience isn't really that interested in uncovering more information. And maybe they would be, but they know I can only do so much. And when I'm invested in one case, I've got to see that case through. And when I have my max amount of cases on my plate, I can't add another case no matter how much I try. Otherwise, it's not going to get the necessary attention that it needs. So we can only do so much, but we can always advocate for people that are missing. So if somebody in my chat wants to take a lead on, maybe researching like at least 2 cases that we can cover, I will start covering those in some downtime and on this channel before our shows hit, so we can at least advocate for people, especially in light of a whole entire segment of our population feeling like they're not getting enough attention, and that breaks my heart. It really does. So anyways, we're at the top of the hour. I wasn't going to stay on here too long. It is 8:16 in the morning. We will be back today. Okay. I know I told you Friday I was going to be back, but there was no new documents on Friday. And I was so busy. I had a lot of research to do yesterday, and I had a lot of work that I had to, research work as well as work that I had to get done yesterday. So I was going to go live later in the afternoon. And then by the time later in the afternoon came, I was exhausted and just didn't have the energy. So today we're going to be filled up. If you guys want to attend church, I'm going to church today. And after church, maybe later this afternoon, either early evening or evening, I will be back here to cover one of the 3 cases that we're covering right now. I think we might look at both the Gilgo Beach murders, as well as some other new cases associated with that case. There is some enlightening information. There is some information I found out as far as his behaviors and where, some of his whereabouts. So we're going to be looking at cases in those time frames and in those areas. We know this is a monster, and he was a silent monster. He was one that was so manipulative that you would think that this guy is a good guy. There was an interview that he gave that gave me chills when I heard it. And I think it was Christina Randall that put out a really inclusive video about this. But it was this interview that he gave as an architect in Manhattan. And there was a few things that he said in that interview that gave me pause, and I think gave us at least a much needed clue. And that terrifies me. That terrifies me. So you're going to want to come back here this afternoon when I go live. If you guys haven't set your bell on, you may want to set your bell on. Many of you know. I've got a video. It was a little fender bender with Xana. That has nothing to really do with the case, but it's just some content that I thought people would like to see of them. We never really got to see a whole lot of them, in the flesh or live. So, and no, I would be worried about your own people at this moment. Like I'm smelling like a rose right now, baby. I'm smelling like a rose right now. I think you need to be putting that stuff over there on your BFF site, right? Because you're all associated with all of that nastiness as well. So have a great day. Have a great day. And you make me sick, and you know exactly who I'm talking to. You guys are horrible, just absolutely horrible. And what you do to people is disgusting. It's disgusting. But you ain't helping your friend, I can tell you that. So at the end of the day, guys, we're at the top of the hour. I want you to have a great day. We're going to go to church. If you guys would like to enjoy church with us, you're more than welcome to come over. And God bless each and every one of you. Don't forget to be fearless. If you see something, say something. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And until next time, be kind to one another. Be safe and kind to one another, especially in the comment box. God bless.
Here are 9 things that you should understand about life. Number 1, even if you trust someone, keep some things to yourself. The less people you have in your business, the less drama you have in your life. Number 2, if you want to build something worthwhile, be ready for criticism, but accept both compliments and criticism, because it takes both the sun and rain to grow a flower. Number 3, your mental health is way more important than your career ever will be. If taking care of your mental health means letting someone down, then let someone down. Number 4, you become an unstoppable force when you realize you can do it alone. So don't be afraid to walk alone, and don't be afraid to like it. Number 5, be okay with people not liking you. Most don't even like themselves. Remember, people don't have to like you, and you don't have to care. Number 6, not everything will go according to plan. Always be ready to adapt. Sometimes unexpected events can be a life blessing. Number 7, you can always choose to be happy, no matter what happens in your life. Being sad is never an option. The key to being happy is to know that you have control over what you accept and what you let go of. Number 8, don't waste your time stressing about things you can't control. One of the happiest moments in life is when you find the courage to let go of what you cannot change. And number 9, choose a direction and make sure you surround yourself with the right people who have the strength you lack. With the right vibes and the right people, it's easy to create something magical. And remember, you can't do epic shit with basic people.